And we had a good conversation yesterday because a lot of our past guests, we always ask, what's the thing that can improve around here? And a lot of them say, well, we need more capital. We need more seed capital, or we need more angel capital, whatever it might be. A lot of times what comes up is the need for capital. And you're the first person to say, no, I don't buy that. Let's talk about that. So why don't you buy that? And what do you have to say to those that think we need more capital?
I like to dumb it down because I think we tend to make things more complicated than they need to be. So when I think about investing, there's really just if you're trying to build an ecosystem there's really just three things. There's the business opportunity, i.e. the idea, the business market opportunity that you're pursuing, the talent to be able to scale that business, and the capital.
Yeah.
If you think about those are the elements of what you need, right? And and it's not one or the other. It's all of them. If you really want to have something that's successful, you have to have all of those. You've got to have a real market opportunity. You have to have real talent that can build it and grow it, and you got to have access to capital. So they're all relevant. What I would tell you is, my philosophy on the market opportunity is you're looking for big, growing markets. It can be an established market if there's some type of disruptor that's going on. And I would argue that the software industry as a whole is a good example of that, right? Yeah. You went from on-premise software to cloud-based recurring revenue software. So you had a massive, big market that all of a sudden new entrants could come along and undercut the old guys because they had a new way to deliver it, and they could deliver the best, newest technology, right? So there's a good example of a big growing market. Yeah. So part of it is when you're thinking about, when you're looking at entrepreneurs and early stage businesses, you have to pay attention to, it's okay to have an idea about a business that you want to start, but you got to think about can that be a big business? Because if it can't be a big business, then you're not going to likely attract capital to it, right? Yeah. So got to have a big market, good business opportunity, got to have talent to lead it. And talent doesn't mean, I said this to you yesterday.
Yeah. I wanted you to touch on
talent
this.
Does not mean intelligence. Talent means the ability to manage that business to scale. And I think people sometimes they think talent, they get defensive. When I say we don't have an abundance of talent here to grow those types of businesses. If you go to Silicon Valley, you've got think of the three things I mentioned. You've got market opportunity, you've got talent, and you've got a lot of capital. Yeah. Duh. That's why they're successful, right? So for us, on the talent piece, look, recognize it. We don't have the depth that they do. That doesn't mean you can't be successful. Zermed's a great example. The talent, I would argue the talent at Zermed, and I've worked in a lot of I've worked in big company, big corporate America. The talent at Zermed was very, very good. And I would put them up against, just about anybody in the market. So yes, you can do it. And eventually, if you have the right type of company, you attract the talent.
Totally.
Right? I mean, if you got a good company, people will show up, right? They're going to say, hey, I want to work for that company, right? And then go to the capital piece. So if you've got those first two elements, trust me, the capital will be there. It's going to show up. Yeah. Sequoia landed in Louisville and said, I want to invest in Zermed.
Yeah. Yeah, okay? They didn't come
think
here
about that for a second.
Look at horses, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They came here to look for the company.
That's a great example. Yeah.
So my view is when you're thinking about all this stuff. Now I will say this. The mentality here is not as geared toward risk taking. Right?
Yeah.
People tend to be a little more risk adverse. It's not the valley where they know they're going to fail on some things. And so failure here tends to be a little bit more of a, oh my gosh, you failed. It's like that's the death knell of your career, right? Obviously in Silicon Valley, that's not that's,
do it again.
That's
We'll
a
invest in you
learning.
again.
That's a learning, right? So next time, now you know not to do that.
Yeah.
So you're going to do better the next time. So we're a little conservative here. So I do think that that's a little bit of the issue. But what I would ultimately say to most entrepreneurs is just understand what you are, right? Are you a lifestyle business, or are you a business that actually can be a big business?
Yeah.
Can you be $100 million revenue business? Can you be a multi-billion-dollar business? Or are you just, I can build a $10 million business and have a really good lifestyle and make a lot of money just off of that business?
Yeah.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but recognize what you are and recognize that an investor may not want to invest in that $10 million business because there's not enough upside.
Yep.
Right? So I think people have to recognize what they are. And then if you are one of those businesses that looks like a big business, the one thing advice I would give to entrepreneurs is be efficient, right? If you're going to take venture capital or any capital, take that dollar and turn it into 3 or 4 or 5, in terms of the revenue of the business. Don't take 5 million and generate 1 million of revenue. That's not a great ratio, right? So the efficiency level that you can take dollars and turn it into multiple dollars, trust me, investors will line up, right? They're going to look at that and go, okay, I get it. You did that to here. Now I can go invest in that business. I'm willing to scale it, right?
Yep.
So I don't think it's, there is no simple answer on that question. And it is all of those 3, but it's not, I don't buy that argument that there's no capital.
Well, and you simplified it even more when we spoke earlier. You said chicken or the egg. We don't have chicken or the egg yet.